Hi, my name is Robert Mack, and today's video topic is, let's meet sooner than later. Hey, thanks for tuning back in. So the topic today is, let's meet sooner than later. So I'm going to break this down into two parts. Obviously, if you're buying a home or if you're selling a home. Now, before I start, what I want to say is, we meet with clients, my team and I meet with clients on a daily basis. And what we have learned is that if we would have been able to get in front of this client maybe a month or two or even three sooner than we actually are meeting, the process probably would have been much more efficient, the plan would have been much more rock solid, and we would have been able to help them achieve their goals, much more efficiently. Now, not to say that when we meet with somebody, we can't. But what happens is when you don't have a lot of time to put a plan together or execute that plan, we have to compress a lot of things into a small period of time, and sometimes that becomes stressful. Sometimes we miss things. And so the video topic is, let's meet sooner than later, and I'm going to break it up into buyers and sellers. So I'm going to give you two hypothetical scenarios. I met with a buyer. Actually, I had a conversation with a buyer about 4 months ago. And the buyer said, Robert, I'm not interested in buying a home until December, January. So why don't we just meet closer to December? And I said, well, in my experience, it's better to meet sooner than later. There's no harm in meeting. It's not too early to plan. Let's get together now. It was October, and put a plan together so that when you're ready to go, I'll be ready to go too. And she was adamant on meeting in December. So I met with her. We went through the plan. We went through the process. We were both on the same page. And because she was looking to buy a property, the first step is always get a pre-approval so we know what we're dealing with financially. Well, she went and pulled her credit, and she realized that she had 3 small liens on her credit report that were very old. It was like 8-year-old medical lien. There was a missed payment for her internet bill. That was a mix-up. But here's the fast forward. We now have to spend 2 to 3 months cleaning up her credit so that she can get her score high enough to a point where she can qualify for a loan with a great interest rate. And now that puts her in March, April, or May. And her goal was to be in a new home by January. So a lot of people say, well, Robert, I don't want to meet with you until I'm ready. Well, I understand that. But if this woman would have taken our advice and sat down with us maybe 3 months sooner, we would have been able to attack these credit issues during the holiday season so that in January she would be in a position to buy. Now, if you're a seller, I've done the same thing with sellers. People have said, Robert, I don't want to sell my home until January. And I speak to them in September or October. And what happens is a lot of people think when they want to sell their home, you just meet with a realtor, you put a sign in front of it, you put a lockbox, you put it on the internet, and then it'll just sell. But what a lot of people don't understand is that every home will sell for a different price depending on the agent, depending on what you do to prepare that property, whether it's staging, whether it's painting, whether it's cleaning or decluttering, whether it's professional photos, videos, pricing strategy. There's so much that goes into the back end of preparing a home for sale. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 weeks, maybe even 6 weeks. So what happens is I went into her home last week, and I noticed that there was a lot of furniture in there. And if I were to show that home the way it was as is, I probably would have sold it for $10,000 or $15,000 less than what I thought market value was in that neighborhood. But if we spent some time decluttering the property, repainting the home, making some minor repairs throughout the home just to make sure it looks and smells clean, staging the property, taking photography, videography, that stuff takes 2, 3, 4 weeks. So what's happening now is that she's not in a position to sell in January. She's going to be more in a position to sell in February, maybe mid or early February, which pushes her back about a month. So the message is very simple. If you're thinking about buying or you're thinking about selling, whether it's 1 month or 1 year out, you're probably better off meeting with an agent or a few agents to understand what your options are. Again, if your home is perfect and it's ready to go, great. If your credit's perfect and flawless and your income is great and you're ready to go, that's great. But that doesn't happen all the time. And a lot of people don't know what it really takes to buy a home or sell a home. So the message is very simple and straightforward today. If you're thinking about buying or you're thinking about selling and you have questions, you want to learn more about the process, reach out to a realtor sooner than later and understand what you're getting into. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, please send it to friends, family, coworkers. Let's share the love. If you found it on social media, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment or a question, or share it even better. If you have a specific situation that you're thinking about and you want to meet with a realtor and you want to know what my team and I think, you can always reach out to us. Our contact information is on the screen. And if you've got any video ideas you want me to focus on in the future, send those my way. Until then, happy selling.